Ivanka Trump and her husband Jared Kushner had significant influence during Donald Trump's first term, with key roles in areas like Middle Eastern peace negotiations and COVID-19 vaccine development. However, as Trump begins his second administration on January the 20th, the couple has decided not to take on official positions. Instead, they will remain in their Miami home, about 1,000 miles from Washington, D.C. Kushner, a former real estate heir, now manages a private equity firm backed by investments from Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the UAE. Ivanka Trump, meanwhile, has distanced herself from politics and expressed a desire to focus on raising their 3 children. Still, Kushner continues to have a behind-the-scenes role, advising Trump on Middle Eastern affairs, helping to select appointees, and guiding certain cabinet members through the transition, according to a source familiar with his activities. Kushner is said to be particularly close to Trump's incoming chief of staff, Susie Wiles, maintaining regular communication with her. He is also involved in some hiring decisions, including assisting incoming Attorney General Pam Bondi in finding a new director for the Federal Bureau of Prisons. Having played a key role in the normalization of relations between Israel and several Arab nations, Kushner is now advising Steve Witkoff, a longtime Trump ally and donor, as he takes on the role of special envoy to the Middle East. He's been focusing on getting Steve up to speed and helping with strategy, the source said. With the Trump administration likely to pursue further efforts to normalize relations between Israel and Saudi Arabia under an expansion of the 2020 Abraham Accords, Kushner is expected to remain influential on Middle East policy. Ed McMullen, a prominent Trump fundraiser and former U.S. ambassador to Switzerland, remarked, "If I were doing anything in the Middle East, the first person I'd go to would be Jared." Despite his continued involvement, Kushner's private equity firm, Affinity Partners, has raised concerns over potential conflicts of interest, particularly due to his past role in Middle Eastern policy and his firm's significant investments from the region. These concerns intensified after reports revealed Kushner had discussed U.S.-Saudi relations with Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman since leaving the White House. Some Democrats have called for a special counsel to investigate whether Kushner acted as an unregistered foreign agent, but he has dismissed such claims as politically motivated. Kushner, who is on the path to becoming a billionaire, has defended his business dealings, saying there is no conflict of interest. Thanks to his firm, which recently raised $1.5 billion from the Qatar Investment Authority and Abu Dhabi's Lunate, Forbes estimates his wealth is on the rise. Trump no longer appears to rely as heavily on his family for advice, thanks to trusted aides like Susie Wiles, who helped run his most organized campaign to date. Republican strategist David Cockle noted, "Trump has a much more professional operation around him." During Trump's first term, Kushner and Ivanka were involved in a wide array of issues. Kushner helped it broker the new North American trade agreement and played a key role in bringing the 2026 World Cup to North America. Ivanka advocated for expanding the child tax credit and paid parental leave for federal workers. As for their future plans, Kushner is expected to remain focused on his business, with Affinity Partners continuing to raise capital. "I made very clear to them that if Trump were elected, they should not expect anything from me," Kushner stated in December. Ivanka, in a recent interview on the Skinny Confidential Him and Her podcast, explained that she chose not to return to the White House in order to prioritize time with her children. She said she's looking forward to supporting her father as a daughter, not as an advisor. Ivanka's Instagram posts feature glimpses of her lifestyle, with photos of luxury vacations, glamorous outings in Miami, and activities like polo and surfing. Donald Trump's sons, Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump, are also not expected to take on official roles in the new administration. Don Jr. has joined the conservative venture capital fund 1789 Capital, while Eric continues to manage the Trump Organization.